way that we're thinking about housing is to create as much as possible an intense sense of place, but not being prescriptive in terms of how you actually live in it. And it allows us an opportunity to rethink conventions of a house. So for instance, even with our pavilion, like there's not one particular way in. You can enter any room. There's no kind of hierarchy of one space being more important than another space.
This idea around what is attainable housing has oftentimes been centered around the assumption that housing is for a single family. One thing that we realized about Northwest Arkansas in our research that we didn't notice right away was just how integrated folks in Northwest Arkansas are in their daily living to the natural world around them. Just how quickly some of those patterns of connectivity to the land were changing. And so I think with House of Trees, City of Trees, it's also about carefully looking at what exists already and enhancing it.
So if we think about the forest that the house or the pavilion is made of, we also want that material to come from this local place.
And not just this idea of local, it started with this idea of wanting to sort of reduce our carbon footprint for the project, but local also means creating a sense of place. And it's then very much about tied to Arkansas.
Engaging across locally sourced sustainable forest products, we're able to enhance directly that urban and rural flourishing.
And I think that's something that we really wanted to address in this project, using mass timber as a way to address the health of the planet through to the health of the individual. Cross-laminated timber in the piece is used actually in two specific ways: walls and floors. The shading roof structure of the piece are made of glue laminated timbers. Cross-laminated timber is a process where young growth trees are harvested and then literally glued crossways across one another in multiple plies. They can become very large wall assemblies that are quite strong and quite robust for construction.
The title, House of Trees, City of Trees, knowing that we wanted to build the pavilion out of wood and out of mass timber. We landed on the title because it's so direct. And we even talk about the simplicity of a tree providing air conditioning, natural air conditioning to a house and to a city. As you're moving through the pavilion in these rooms, you're engaging with not only the tree in the middle courtyard, but framing the view of the sort of landscape. There's also a nice relationship of the four pieces of the pavilion and their structural relationship. It kind of goes to the sort of larger concept of the piece, that there's a symbiotic relationship with nature, there's a symbiotic relationship of each room to each other.
We're really seeking to recover and reinvent this idea that humans are directly in relation to the environment around them and can actually help enhance that environment and support one another and support the environment.